Welcome back to the PTSD Princess Podcast. I'm Jerica Rose, your host. I survived homelessness, sexual and verbal abuse. I'm here to guide you through your healing, growth, and reclaiming your self-love. So let's dive in.
Today I have Brenna. She is a network marketer. She's a stay-at-home mom. She's also married, and she's just like the best of both worlds. I love her smile, and we're going to get into it. And mind you, she also has the best hair products. So I want her to share that as well. So you want to throw background about yourself?
Yeah, thank you so much for having me, by the way. You invited me so long ago, and just in the throes of motherhood, I totally forgot. And I just was laying in bed one night and I was like, oh my God, I never got back to her on my availability. So I'm super, super glad to connect with you. You are such a sweetheart. I love your page. Every time you post something, it is just so relatable and raw, and it just makes me feel so seen. So thanks for everything that you do and everything that you put out in the universe for everyone to find that safe space with. But a little bit about myself is I'm a mom of 2 under 3. I am a bit of a tumbleweed. I have lived all over the United States. No particular reason, just here and there doing things. I was a corporate girly, as we like to call it in our network marketing industry since I got out of college. I graduated, went straight into it, and I dabbled in, out of college. Well, so I got my degree in mass communications. I thought I was going to be a graphic designer, but that did not happen. And so I stumbled into property management, actually, and I was working at a commercial property management company for quite a few years. And then when COVID hit, my husband, who was Air Force, he's out now, he had gotten stationed in Virginia. And so because like COVID happened and it was kind of like we were already planning on moving, I had left my job like right before it happened. And then we got a little delayed. So then when we got to Virginia, I actually hadn't been working. I was just a stay-at-home wife. And yeah, I dabbled in a few things. I found myself really loving like social media marketing. I was kind of unofficially doing it a few different ways over the next couple years. And then I was already using the products that I use now with my hair. It looked like it was fairly easy for people to be doing. And I thought, well, if they are, I don't know why I can't. I already tell everyone about my products. So I jumped right into network marketing, and that was about 2 years ago. I have completely fallen in love with it. I love everything that it gives me because I have time flexibility. I can decide when I'm going to work my hours with my business, how I'm going to show up for my business. It lets me be present with my babies. So I am there all day long, not missing a milestone in those first early months, especially. And then the first year, I think, is just so big. But yeah, it's been really cool. I found myself joining into the network marketing career because of the business opportunity and the products I was loving. But I ultimately found myself staying because of the community that I was able to immerse myself into and surround myself with. And so even though I'm a stay-at-home mom and I work from my phone and I could very easily be a hermit, I still have the most incredible women that I talk to every single day that either know, where I've come from or know what it's like to be a mom or a stay-at-home mom. There's so many different ways that we're connected to each other. And so we can all relate to each other on all the different paths of lives that we're on. And it's just been such a wonderful thing I've stumbled into.
Yeah, that's amazing, because to piggyback off of the network marketing, like that's how I got online too. I'm like, hey, how is people making this money? And it's they're basically sharing what they love. So that's how we got connected, and it's just like, wow, we are on to something big.
Yeah, it's exploding because people are seeing how simple it is, because you already all day long without realizing, recommend movies, TV shows, a streaming service, a restaurant, the coffee creamer that you use at home. And there's like this weird, almost like hurdle that people like get uncomfortable trying to overcome when it's like actual money that is going into your pocket. It then becomes this very taboo thing. But someone like, I sell shampoo, so everyone washes their hair. They're already going to the store to get shampoo. So it's like, might as well support my business, and I will take better care of you than that bottle of shampoo on the shelf will. So everyone is winning. And there's just like such a weirdness about asking people to buy from you that supports you. But I mean, it's the new and up and coming industry. Like more and more people are getting involved, and it's not slowing down. It's not stopping.
Yeah, definitely. Affiliate marketing and like people paying for education is big now. Like, yeah, yeah. So what is life for you like now? I know you're in the car, so you're like doing your thing.
Yeah. Yeah, you can even see my little one. I was driving around trying to get my two littles are back there, trying to get them asleep. They're pretty great sleepers, especially in the car. He was fighting it a little bit. But yeah, life now is I get to hang out with them, and we get to learn how to do life together because, it is a whole new chapter being a mom. It's a whole new chapter being a stay-at-home mom. You get no break from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to sleep. Like, you are at work, and it's a blessing, and it's also a very challenging job. You're on call all the time, and it forces you to build a different type of strength that no other career or situation or experience could ever give you. And it's just such a magical place to be because I feel like I am growing every single day. I'm constantly learning from them. It helps me like slow down because I show them something I've seen a million times, but they're seeing it for the first time, and there's just so much wonder in their eyes. And it really is humbling to like break it back down and be like, man, I take that for granted. That is such a beautiful thing. That is such like an incredible thing to experience. So it's super fun. It's super fun to just go back through life again with them. It has been a little crazy to try and figure out how to balance everything. As soon as I feel like something is starting to work, they have a sleep regression, or someone develops a new milestone, or someone hits a new tantrum stage. So it's a very challenging point in my life, but I love a good challenge and I never back down. So I just look at it as, how can I grow from this? How can I personally develop? I'm all about, finding ways to be 1% better every day. So yeah, I think I had kind of gone into how I kind of stumbled into what I was doing now with the stay-at-home mom, but yeah, it's just figuring out the balance of how to juggle raising kids, taking care of my home, being there for my girls that are looking to me as a mentor, and helping my clients, just all of the parts of business. But I wake up every day so excited for the day, and it's been a really long time since I felt like that before I immersed myself into what I do now. So it feels very, some days are hard, but it's very
Yeah.
fulfilling.
Yeah. But I could tell you love your job, like how you show up on social media, how you just give so much value, girl. Like,
Thank you.
you keep doing that, you're gonna really, really like blow that industry up in like your
Oh,
own, in your own field. Like, because I'm like, she talks about these hair products like they're like her underwear. And it's just so inspiring because like
oh,
that's like you found your niche, you found like what you overcame. So that's so beautiful. That's so beautiful. And I
thank
was
you
just
so
gonna
much.
ask you, like, what challenges have you overcame
Yeah.
that you want to share?
I mean, as far as challenges go, I am not a patient person. So definitely the biggest thing for me is like the two steps ahead. Like, I'm always trying to be as proactive and productive as possible. My brain is just a constant running to-do list. And so I get really caught up with that, thinking like, I haven't done enough today. I wanted to do these things and I haven't done a single one of them. The kids are, throwing a tantrum that day. They're having a difficult day. And so, like, yeah, the biggest challenge is just when all of that collides in one day, just remembering to try and bring myself back to earth and be present, because it's so easy to be in that headspace of like, "Ugh, everything's against me," and get so aggravated and get so negative. But then when I've been able to sort of train my mindset to stop and be like, okay, those things are not important because you can always do the dishes tomorrow. The laundry doesn't need to be folded this week at all. Like, who cares? And instead, it's like, show up for like my son. He's almost 3. So we're definitely going through those toddler tantrums. So it's like he needs me now more than ever in this moment. And it's not about me. And it's not about anything that I've done up until this point. He's just is having a difficult moment processing what he's trying to process. And that's scary. So it's been a whole training my mindset muscle to think like, this isn't just another obstacle in your way of your to-do list today. This is so much bigger. You're teaching this child how to be a human. And it's, it's been a really hard journey, and I'm not perfect. There are days where I lose it, and then I feel so guilty, and I think, man, does anyone else yell like this? And it's very humbling. And thank God for Instagram, because all of a sudden that day I'll scroll and someone's reel will come up and they'll be like, oh my God, I yelled at my kid today and I feel so bad. And it's like, okay, we're okay. We're on track. We're doing okay. We're all surviving.
Yeah, that totally makes sense, because my daughter, she's turning 3 actually this month. So
Oh.
yours turning 3.
He'll be 3 at the very beginning of March, so right behind
Wow.
her.
Okay, yeah. So you're like in the struggle that I am in right now.
Yeah.
We're doing it. We're doing it.
Yeah.
So did
Yeah.
you want to give a tip or a or something that you want to share that could take away, the audience could take away with? Like a life tip, motivational tip, or something inspiring?
I think it's really important to find a community, especially when you feel like you want to be alone the most, when you feel super unrelatable. It is so scary to say, like, yeah, some days I lose it and I yell at my son. But that I know deep down, like, I'm not the only one that has those days. And I'm not the only one that knows the struggle. And I'm not the only one that's trying to figure out how, as a human, I can overcome that for our whole, like, environment in our home. Because it's like, I don't want to teach him things like that. But I also want to teach him, like, when you make mistakes, it's okay to own up to your mistakes and apologize. I'm digressing. But anyways, like, the biggest tip I have is, when you feel the most alone, search a hashtag that, like, search mom community, or search somewhere like local to you, mom group. Or I know there's a ton of mom walks all over the nation. Find a local community and force yourself to get immersed in it. Force yourself to meet up with that mom walk and just go talk to someone else. And you don't even have to talk about anything in particular, but just get out in humanity and remind yourself that no matter what you're going through, you're not alone. That's the biggest thing. Just try and try and try to remind yourself. Write it on your mirror. You are not alone, because it is such a lonely, like, motherhood can be so lonely. And we can perpetuate that cycle and get into a really dark place. And it's so hard to do. I've been there multiple times since my first one was born almost 3 years ago. But it's definitely when it's the darkest and the scariest that I force myself to find a local mom walk. So I'm moving my body. We're all getting fresh air. And I'm just talking to someone. I'm talking an adult, not a kid. I'm talking to another adult about things that don't have to do with raising my kids. Or they do. Sometimes it does. That's not a bad thing either. But just like
Yeah.
other things.
That was good. That was good. I hope you got it loud and clear. Write that down on a sticky note. That
You
was
are
good.
not alone. So important.
Right.
In
That's
any
the
walk of life.
affirmation. We're going to say that's the 2025 affirmation.
I love that. It's so important.
So this was good. This was good. Where can the people find you?
I am mostly on Instagram at Brenna Taylar. It's BrennaTaylar. I dabble a little in TikTok, but it's quite embarrassing. And my Facebook is mostly personal. So I completely expose myself on Instagram. And if you feel alone, especially, please, please, please feel free to connect with me on Instagram. It is so important to me to make sure that if someone is having a hard time, that they know, like, you can always come and chat with me and we can chat about it. We don't have to chat about it at all, whatever. But don't convince yourself that you're better off alone, because that's just not true.
Amen. Amen. Also, we're going to link her hair products in the show notes, so
Oh,
you
yeah.
guys can take a look at that as well.
Yeah,
And it's
there's
beautiful.
that too, of course.
I'm so glad that you took some time out your day to show up for me today, and this was good. So, yes, thank you for tuning in to the PTSD Princess podcast. This episode was beautiful, and we'll see you again. Bye-bye.
Thank you for having me.